When swords began glancing off the curved surfaces of plate armor, the solution was not a sharper edge. It was brute physics. Timeline: 1200 AD, medieval Europe. This is the Flanged Mace. Its design is a masterclass in kinetic energy transfer. Unlike a sword that distributes impact along a blade, the mace concentrates the entire swing's force into small, rigid flanges. This geometry generates massive pressure at the point of contact. Even if the steel plate does not breach, the concussive shock wave travels through the metal, shattering bones and damaging organs beneath. It did not need to cut to be lethal. It remained the knight's secondary weapon of choice, until the widespread adoption of gunpowder made heavy armor obsolete in the 16th century. As plate armor evolved, simple blunt force became less effective. To breach the steel shell, energy had to be concentrated onto a single point. Late 14th century Europe. This is the warhammer. Its engineering relies entirely on the principle of pressure distribution. The hammer face is designed to deliver a concussive shock, denting the helmet and stunning the opponent. However, the true killing mechanism is the spike on the reverse. By concentrating the full kinetic energy of the swing onto a tip, just a few millimeters wide, it exceeds the yield strength of the steel, piercing the armor. It was the Middle Ages' most effective can opener, and disappeared once armor fell out of use. Timeline: 1302, Flanders. This is the Goedendag, an engineering hybrid combining a heavy wooden shaft with a central steel spike. The thick, tapered handle concentrates mass at the top, generating immense kinetic energy. Its true genius lies in its dual function. Soldiers could plant the base into the ground to use the spike against charging cavalry, or swing it with two hands to compromise plate armor through sheer blunt force. This weapon allowed common militia to crush heavily armored knights, proving that leverage and mass, not lineage, decide the victor. Location: 15th century France. This is the Bec de Corbin. Its name literally translates to crow's beak. While it features a hammer for blunt impact, the main engineering focus is the curved rear hook. Designed with a long polearm shaft, it maximizes leverage, allowing the user to generate immense torque. This force was used to hook into armor gaps, tear chainmail joints, or pierce the thinner metal of a helmet visor with surgical precision. It was a specialized dueling weapon for the elite, fading from warfare when mass infantry formations favored simpler tools like the pike. Location: late Middle Ages, Central Europe. This is the flail. This weapon appeared in various forms during this period. Its mechanics rely on angular momentum. The chain acts as a force multiplier, accelerating the heavy, spiked ball faster than the hand swinging it, generating massive kinetic energy. Its tactical genius, however, is geometry. When the chain strikes the rim of a shield, the striking end pivots, wrapping around the defense to strike the soldier behind it. Yet, this physics came at a cost. The weapon was unpredictable and lacked recoil control, making it dangerous to the wielder in tight formations. It was eventually discarded in favor of weapons that offered precision, not just chaos. Timeline: 16th century, Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. This is the Nadziak. It was one of the main weapons of the famous Polish winged hussars. While a symbol of status for the nobility, its engineering is purely lethal. The design concentrates the force of a strike onto a single point. The curved steel beak focuses the entire kinetic energy of the swing onto one spot, piercing chainmail and steel plates with ease, much like an ice pick through timber. It was so effective and deadly in private conflicts that several laws were enacted forbidding civilians from carrying it during peacetime. While European maces evolved into heavy bludgeons, Eastern engineering favored speed and aerodynamic precision. This is the Shishpar, prominent in the Mughal Empire and Persia. Its name literally means 6 feathers, referencing its distinct geometry. Unlike the blunt flanges of the West, The Shishpar features 6 thin, radial steel blades. This design reduces air resistance, allowing for faster swings. Upon impact, these blades do not just crush, they cut. The force is concentrated on a razor-thin edge, capable of shearing mail and splitting helmets. It was a weapon of both high status and high lethality, bridging the gap between a sword's cutting potential and a mace's percussive force. While the West pursued complex geometry to defeat armor, feudal Japan found a different solution: overwhelming mass. This is the Kanabo, a weapon so fearsome it is mythologically associated with Oni demons. Its engineering is the antithesis of the rapier. It is a solid club of iron or iron-studded oak, relying entirely on momentum. When swung, the Kanabo generates so much kinetic energy that blocking it is physically impossible. Even if a samurai tried to block with a katana, the sheer weight would break the blade and likely the arm holding it. It was designed to smash cavalry horses' legs and crush fully armored warriors, proving that sometimes the deadliest physics is simply a heavy object moving very fast.